Welcome to Only on Fridays, brought to you by Entertainment Brand and Business. My name is Andrew. I'll let the hosts introduce themselves.
Kevin.
It's Emmanuel.
Hey, I'm Riyadh.
And we are Only on Fridays. We're doing something a little bit different where we're doing more audio instead of video. Make sure to check us out on Soundcloud at Entertainment Brand and Business. Hope to see y'all there.
Whenever someone says something about black people, you want to always boycott them and stuff. But the stuff that Kanye was going through, that he was saying a couple months ago, and y'all all went to Wyoming to be at his listening party or whatever. Yeah. Like, y'all should all be watching Roseanne right now.
So apparently they might actually have the show come back on, but just without Roseanne.
Yeah, without Roseanne. They want to just...
The show is called
But
Roseanne.
yeah,
right? Exactly.
That's like having the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air without Will Smith in it. Will Smith is at an interesting point. You know, he's doing like a lot of YouTube videos now.
Yeah, they're awesome.
He knows where the attention is. You follow him on Instagram. His Instagram account's amazing.
Yeah,
yes.
Instagram is lit.
He's got a good YouTube. He just knows where the attention is.
Yeah, which is good for him because a lot of his movies just have not been that successful lately.
Yeah. Another person like that is, I mean, The Rock is really good with social media too.
Yeah.
And like
and I love his movies.
Yeah, his movies are still so
this man has been pumping out movies
So
after
entertaining.
movies after...
I feel like he's overrated.
Watch me fight a gorilla. Now watch me jump out of a helicopter.
No, when I was a little kid, I had a big old poster in my room of The Rock dropping the people's elbow on The Big Show.
Yeah.
That's why I remember him as.
Then we moved, and my dad threw the poster away, and I never forgave him.
Was he your favorite?
That got really dark.
Yeah, The Rock and The Undertaker and Bret Hart. Those were my guys.
Oh man, yeah. Those were like the top dudes.
Bret the Hitman Hart.
I used to like Hulk Hogan.
Bah! Get out of here with that. Hulk Hogan's another.
No, I really like this theme song. Like
Real American.
Yeah. Like I'm not one of those dudes who's really into America and everything.
No, that song is fire.
That song did slap. I am a real
and like
American.
Hulk Hogan's prime is obviously before our time because he was big in the 80s.
Yeah.
If you watch the old videos and his character is the hero, say your prayers and eat your vitamins. So when you hear that song, you're like, bruh.
Say your prayers and eat your vitamins.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
That was Hulk Hogan's character. That's why he was such a mainstream star because he was the good guy. He'd always be down and out, but then it'd get to the point where like he'd start like, his whole thing was hulking up.
Yeah.
And so like he'd start hulking up and you knew like it was about to go down. He dropped that leg drop on you. And he body slammed Andre the Giant too. As big as wrestling, Andre the Giant was 7 feet 600 pounds and he body slammed him. That's incredible.
He was not 600 pounds.
They do that in every sport though. But as far as in the world of wrestling, he was 600 pounds.
Yeah.
They probably added 50 pounds to him. You're still picking up a 550 pound man.
I think they added like at least 200.
No. Andre the Giant was a huge man.
They said The Rock was 300, 400 pounds.
The Rock was built at 265, and he probably is a legitimate 265. He was built at...
When he first came out.
You were talking to the biggest wrestling nerd on the planet. That you'll at least meet. There are bigger nerds than me, but that's another level of social...
I'm going to research this, and you're going to get a text from me if I'm wrong.
I will Wikipedia. The Rock was billed at 200... I memorized his entrance. Literally his music would hit when you smell what The Rock... And then they would announce, from Miami, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, The Rock.
Can you smell?
Yes.
What The Rock's
I know they said on WWE.
No, he doesn't... Obviously, wrestling is fake, but no one is stupid enough to believe The Rock was 400 pounds. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, son. He dropped the son.
About to Google this.
No, he was
pounds.
260. I mean, they built him as he was probably 240, but they built him at 265.
This is news. I mean, when Kevin's calling you son, that's real.
Yeah, like literally.
I've never heard Kevin say
Build
son.
weight 260 pounds.
For the WWE.
Yes.
The WWE
yes.
weight.
It says build weight.
Because I know the WWE always...
And the thing is, you want to know how you're so off base because Undertaker and Kane, those two are obviously bigger than The Rock, and they were built at 300.
Yeah, exactly.
So clearly they're not going to build The Rock at 400 when Undertaker and Kane are...
what's his name? The Big Show was built at way bigger than him.
The Big Show at his largest was probably legitimately 500 pounds.
500 pounds.
Did you see how big he got as he got old? He lost a lot of weight now.
500 pounds though.
Do you know what 500 pounds looks like? Big Show is 7 feet.
Lakers time was 300 and something.
There are actual pictures of Shaq next to Big Show. Have you seen this? Okay, let's do this. I watched wrestling for 20 years of my life. I don't know how the conversation got here, but we're going to do this.
I don't know either, but... They went face to face with each other. I don't think they ever had a match. But
So
they were
Big Show's a little
face-to-face.
bit, he's a little skinnier here because this is 2016. So he had lost a little bit of weight. So here he's only being billed at 400, but still.
Shaq looks way bigger.
No,
And
he-
he's taller.
Who looks?
Andre
Shaq is
a little
taller.
bit bigger.
Shaq is taller, but as far as weight,
Yeah, this guy.
yeah, exactly. As far as weight, Big Show is clearly bigger than
Look at
him.
this picture though. It's a lot closer.
Shaq is not fat though. Big Show used to be legitimately fat.
But he's an athlete though.
But muscles heavier than fat, right?
Muscle is heavier than fat.
Big Show probably has bigger muscle. He probably has more muscle than Shaq though.
Think about it. Big Show eats weight like all day long.
Yeah.
That's literally what his job is. He eats weight all day long. Shaq doesn't do that. Shaq just got big because he just got lazy.
He is self-admitted to be lazy, but
Come on,
at
man.
the same time, he did work
Think
out.
about
He
what
did work out.
happened if Shaq actually took his NBA career that serious.
True.
I don't like when people say that though, because it's still elite.
He wanted to have fun playing the game. He dominated the league. What if he had like the Jordan mentality?
What does that
What
even
if he
mean?
wasn't having
What
fun?
does that even mean?
Again, Jordan like, I'm gonna take over this game and nobody can stop me.
But what does that even mean? At the end of the day, it's about results, right?
Yeah.
So he had 3 championships. He was a dominant player. So even
Shaq
if he
had
did,
4. Shaq had 4.
No,
Sorry,
I'm saying-
sorry, 3 with the Lakers, 1 with the Heat. So he
No,
had
I'm
4
saying
total.
like he could have had a lot more. He could have.
I don't know about that.
He could have.
4 NBA champions. Even Tim Duncan, as hard a worker as he was, has 5 NBA championships to his
Who's
name.
dominant? Who's more dominant, Tim Duncan or Shaq?
Well, technically Tim Duncan.
I mean, and he did it longer. Tim Duncan did it longer.
No. Physically, like if Shaq actually had them, if he didn't goof around. If
I
he
get what
was
you're-
like,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna go
I-
in.
Here, I feel like it's more about the results rather than like how. Like
But
I was about to bring.
It took him what 8 years to
Who?
win a championship.
Tim Duncan?
No. Shaq.
Shaq got it in
I'm
2000.
trying to remember. Did he
He
get
came
drafted in
in
1998?
He got it. Shaq got in 92.
And he won in what, 2000?
You're right. You're right. No.
He won 2000.
He won in 1999.
No, yeah,
1999,
2000.
1999 was Tim Duncan.
You're right.
Yeah, Tim Duncan.
It took him
Shaq
8
won
years to
2000.
win it.
Tim Duncan was good from day one, but that was David Robinson's championship, though. David Robinson was still the lead there, I would say, but David Robinson doesn't win that ring without Tim Duncan.
Okay, we agree.
But
we agree.
after that, it's all Tim Duncan. Well, then the last couple are Tony Parker and everyone else. In Tim Duncan's prime, he's the one winning the championship.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But like, if you compare Tim Duncan and Shaq, who would you want on your team? Like,
Duncan.
without knowing, dang,
Without
look
knowing
at this physical power that nobody can stop.
I still think I would want Tim Duncan, actually.
Really?
Yeah, me too. As far as like longevity.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Shaq probably had a higher peak.
Shaq-
as far as at his best, he had a higher peak.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be similar as far as like with the musical artists where they had great hit songs like a Nelly, but they didn't have that much longevity.
Well,
Like,
I always bring this up because 2 years ago I was in the car and someone on whatever radio station said, who is better in their prime, Drake or Nelly? And I think I automatically wanted to say Drake, but honestly, Nelly was huge
Yeah,
back
Nelly
then.
was huge.
And I think he had more competition because Nelly was going against Jay-Z, Eminem, Nas, whoever.
wasn't
50,
Ja
50 Cent.
Ja Rule fairly big?
Ja Rule was huge. But
Ja
yeah.
Rule got killed because he had so many beefs.
Ja Rule would be also one of those people who had a really high peak, but like fell off.
Ja Rule had like 4 platinum albums.
Yeah.
He had a song with Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
Ja Rule was killing it, and then he started beefing. Was 50? Was this?
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
The
And,
beefs killed him.
And like with Drake, I mean, obviously, there's Kendrick and J. Cole and whatnot, but I just don't think that it's that same level as.
I don't know about that because I feel like music is more oversaturated nowadays.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's even more competition. Back then, you really had to sign up with a label
they
to
had-
be
yeah,
part
I mean,
of the music industry.
I think what you're talking about is more name brand
Yeah.
artist right now.
Yeah, as far as name brand artists, but don't you feel like that makes it harder though? Because it's easier to become a name brand without a label nowadays.
No,
It's easier
I
to become
disagree.
a name brand without a label, but you won't get as big today as you would have been
In
in
the
the like
90s.
90s or early 2000s.
I don't know. Think about someone like Chance the Rapper. He doesn't have a label.
Yeah, he doesn't have a label, and a lot of people know him, but his name doesn't carry the same weight as if you said Nelly back in the year 2002.
Labels are taking a step back. Labels used to do management, be the booking agent, be the publicist, and record the albums. But now it's actually splitting. So artists nowadays will get management, get a separate publicist, and a separate booking agent. And then like the manager helps find a label so that, they can pay for your music to get released. I think regardless, artists need these entities opportunities in order to get to this place, and it's really hard to get those things nowadays.
So the one thing, and maybe it's just because we're getting old now, but I'm completely oblivious. I didn't know that there was like a generation of rap underneath Lil Yachty and Lil Uzi Vert.
Oh,
21.
totally.
So that's where you're looking at the SoundCloud rappers, Tekashi 6ix9ine, who's like running away from
Oh
Chief
my
Keef right
God,
now.
yeah.
These guys have like 2 million, 3 million, 4 million followers on
Yeah.
Instagram and stuff.
Yeah.
I just learned
There's
about
another
these
one, I think Lil Rich Kid or something like that.
Lil Rich Kid.
Yeah, Rich Kid, Rich the Kid.
Rich the Kid.
Rich the Kid. No, Rich the Kid. He's in that group with Uzi Vert and them. Like
okay.
But do
he's-
they have management? I'm curious.
I think that they have to. But
Well, probably at this point.
the
they
thing
do.
about Rich the Kid is that I enjoy his music. He's actually good. He's one, and like I think he's pretty decent. But there is that generation of 17. Oh, Lil Pump is part of that generation too.
Oh, yeah, Lil Pump.
17, 18, 19-year-old rappers. They pop up out of nowhere. And the thing is, Lil Pump might be the best out of all of them.
I can see that. Lil Pump is actually pretty good. Well, the Gucci Gang song was really, really
Well,
good.
he's now under Interscope.
Yeah,
Who?
yeah.
Lil Pump?
Rich the Kid.
Yeah, I like Rich the Kid. I don't consider him in that like generation though. He's in that Uzi Vert category, whereas these Tekashi 6ix9ines.
Yeah.
It's like I just kept hearing about. I listened to.
Did you hear? So I was about to say Tekashi 6ix9ine had that sit down with J. Cole, but I think that was
No, that was Lil Pump.
That was Lil Pump.
That was Lil Pump. Yeah. Yeah, because I listened to the No Jumper podcast, which Adam Grandmason or whatever. Every now and then he has an interview with someone like Diplo. He did Gary Vaynerchuk, Too Short. Zaytoven was a good one.
Oh yeah.
I became a fan. I mean, Zaytoven, I've known for years, obviously, that he's a producer, but I became
Yeah.
a fan of the person from that podcast. And but yeah, like his thing though is like No Jumper really interviews a lot of like underground hip hop artists.
Yeah.
And so he talks about, he'll be discussing these Tekashis and all these people. Sometimes his interviews.
Tekashi is no longer underground.
Oh yeah, yeah. But he interviews a lot of people you've never heard of.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video, Tekashi 6ix9ine, when he had a Fetty Wap and Hoodie with a Boogie?
Hey, hoodie.
And
Oh
Hoodie with a
yeah.
Boogie.
Isn't that one song called Rondo?
It's this, I don't know, it's a music video. They're in New York City. I just remember there was girls dancing, and then some guy just pulled the pants down. You just see ass on the screen.
Oh,
That's another thing. Like,
And she was really dark skinned girl, so it was like Coco Brown.
Oh my god.
that's another thing though. Like these young rappers who like some of them aren't even 18. They're in these videos with these women and stuff, and it's just.
I'm like, what's your fault? These girls, maybe they were like 17.
Whose child
18.
is this?
I'm like, whose child is this?
Oh
But things
no.
like, since they're all the same age, it's fine. But like,
I mean, people trying to make a buck off these kids.
I know, but like, who in their judgment was like, okay, Lil Pump, you're gonna walk by the locker with a cup of lean? Like, I just don't understand.
You almost forget how young some of these dudes are.
He's only 17.
like
Yeah.
it's actually like, it has a nice beat.
I feel like I'm getting to be one of those old people who say these new rappers all sound the same.
They look the same
They
too,
look
bro.
the same,
They
man.
look
They
the
do.
same.
They
have
look
the
the
same-
same though.
They have the same tatted and everything.
They all look like
With
pirates.
the colored dreads and everything.
Yeah, it looks like they're freaking playing with Skittles, man.
That's Tekashi 6ix9ine. I'm still waiting for that Lonzo Ball album.
Fire, bro. Yo, that's still on Lithuanian, man.
Oh, by the way, it's Boogie with the hoodie.
A Boogie with the hoodie.
Yeah, Boogie with the hoodie.
Oh yeah, you have to include the A boogie with the hood. Oh,
Didn't
man.
him and Lil B get into some, like, didn't he jump Lil B when he was...
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I heard about something like that. Actually, when you mentioned Rich the Kid, Lil Uzi Vert apparently
They don't like each other.
Yeah, no, Lil Uzi Vert apparently jumped him, and Rich
Yeah.
the Kid ran away.
Rich the Kid has to be rapping to understand him because when he talks, it's like he's got mush in his mouth or something.
Yeah,
Like, you
yeah,
can't
yeah.
understand a word he he was on No Jumper and I was trying to
Man,
like...
that guy interviews everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, he interviews a lot of he tends to interview people right before they blow up, but you just couldn't understand a word he was saying. But his music, I'm a fan of his music.
Thanks for listening to Only on Fridays with me, Kevin, Emmanuel, and Riyadh, or me, Andrew. Kevin, Emmanuel, and Riyadh. Hope you guys can catch us next week. Make sure to continue to check us out. Take care.